Violence against women is a global problem. As mentioned earlier, 1 out of every 3 women on the planet will be raped or beaten in her lifetime. That's 1 billion women and girls. Joining us for an in-depth look at women's issues around the globe is Danielle, program manager at Lifewire. She's worked and volunteered helping women around the world. Danielle, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much for having me.
Is violence against women getting worse? I mean, you keep hearing about headlines making headlines around the world, especially in India, now in Mexico. Is this cultural?
For your first question, I don't believe it's getting worse. I believe that we are becoming more aware of what's going on. Women's human rights just got on the agenda of human rights 20 years ago, and since then we've seen increasing numbers coming out, like what you just said, the 1 in 3 statistic. But cultural, I do believe it is. Most of the countries around the world are patriarchal in nature, and some more severe than others. And this is one of the key reasons why violence against women exists.
So has there been any progress in the ways these issues are being handled, especially in regions like Latin America and Africa?
Yes, most definitely. We see grassroots movements all across the world around women's rights sprouting up, especially in the last 20 years. We see indigenous rights coming out of the women's movement. We see disability rights coming out of the women's movement. And there's definitely progress being made. In fact, in countries in Africa and Latin America, my peers and sisters are putting their lives at risk every day to do the same type of work that I do. But with today's event, like 1 billion rising, this is an epic scale that we've never seen before. And so things are changing. There is a paradigm shift happening.
And Danielle, that being said, we have a little bit of time here. As we see more women in leadership positions, for example, the female president in Argentina and the incoming leader of South Korea, can we expect more change?
Oh, absolutely. In Western countries, we're seeing increasing numbers of women in higher education, more doctors, more lawyers, and slowly but surely we're pushing that glass ceiling up and up. I mean, in the United States, Hillary Clinton ran for president, and that of course is unprecedented. But right now, we currently have 17 women leaders around the world, which is also unprecedented. So I absolutely see this as a trend. We will continue with difficulties, but there is definitely an upward movement.
Okay, Danielle Prince from Lifewire, thank you so much for your time.